Bezos's unwavering drive. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder, has exhibited a relentless pursuit of success from his early childhood. His focused determination, passion for invention, and high standards were evident in his formative years and have significantly shaped Amazon's culture and trajectory. Amazon's guiding principles. Amazon's core principles: customer obsession, frugality, bias for action, ownership, high bar for talent, and innovation, have served as guiding values for the company. They have shaped its internal customs, hiring practices, and its approach toward customers and competitors. Get big fast. The concept of get big fast underscored Amazon's initial strategy to capture a significant portion of the online market. This aggressive approach fueled its expansion into new categories, investment in infrastructure, and recruitment of top talent. Get our house in order. The dot-com crash forced Amazon to adopt a new mantra: get our house in order. The company focused on efficiency, cost-cutting measures, and a shift towards profitability. This period highlighted Bezos' adaptability and his commitment to long-term value creation. The everything store. Amazon's expansion beyond books into music, DVDs, toys, electronics, and countless other categories was driven by Bezos' vision of creating an everything store. This expansion, often accompanied by challenges and setbacks, has been a defining characteristic of Amazon's evolution. Amazon, a technology company. Amazon's transformation into a technology company, rather than merely an online retailer, was significantly accelerated by the creation of Amazon Web Services, AWS. AWS, which offers cloud computing services, became a vital resource for startups and large companies, and solidified Amazon's position as a technology leader. Kindle and the digital revolution. The development of the Kindle e-reader was a pivotal moment for Amazon, allowing the company to control the entire digital reading experience and reshape the publishing industry. The Kindle's success highlighted Bezos' willingness to disrupt his own business and his long-term vision for digital media. Disruptive retail tactics. Amazon's aggressive pricing strategy, coupled with its efficient fulfillment network and commitment to customer service, has disrupted numerous retail categories. Its practices, often criticized as ruthless, have forced traditional retailers to adapt or face extinction. Strategic acquisitions. Amazon's approach towards acquisitions has been marked by caution and a preference for building capabilities internally. However, its strategic acquisitions of Zappos, Quidsi, and LoveFilm demonstrate Bezos' willingness to use Amazon's resources to neutralize competitors and expand into new markets. The question mark emails. The question mark emails, known as escalations, are a key tool for Bezos to ensure customer concerns are addressed and potential problems are solved. This practice reflects Bezos' customer obsession and his commitment to continuous improvement. Questions. Where did the idea for Amazon.com originate, and what factors led to the selection of books as the initial product category? The roots of Amazon.com can be traced back to the quantitative hedge fund, D.E. Shaw & Co., where Jeff Bezos served as a vice president. It was during his time at Desco in 1994 that the idea for an everything store was conceived during brainstorming sessions with founder David Shaw and other colleagues. Bezos recognized the explosive growth of the World Wide Web, fueled by a 2,300% annual increase in web activity, and saw the potential for a business model that could capitalize on this trend. Initially, a true everything store seemed impractical, leading Bezos to narrow down the product categories to those that had high SKUs, were underrepresented in physical stores, and were suitable for mail delivery. This led him to choose books as the initial focus for Amazon.com. The idea was to leverage the internet's vast reach and create an online bookstore that could offer a wider selection than any physical store. How did Amazon.com survive the dot-com bust? And what role did Jeff Bezos' beliefs and actions play in its survival? Jeff Bezos' unwavering belief in the transformative power of the internet and his commitment to building a company for the long term were crucial for Amazon.com's survival. In the midst of the dot-com bust, Bezos remained unfazed by widespread skepticism and the company's financial struggles. reassuring employees, investors, and the public with his calm demeanor and repeated assertions that Amazon's fundamentals were strong. Instead of panicking, Bezos focused on getting the company's house in order by cutting costs, improving efficiency, and pushing for profitability. He also continued to innovate and expand, emphasizing Amazon's identity as a technology company rather than a retailer. Bezos's unwavering conviction, coupled with strategic decisions like securing a crucial European bond offering in early 2000, allowed Amazon.com to weather the storm and emerge as one of the few enduring brands from the dot-com era. What core business philosophy did Jeff Bezos develop for Amazon.com, and how did it manifest in the company's operations and culture? Jeff Bezos, drawing inspiration from his own experiences and from successful retailers like Walmart and Costco, developed a business philosophy centered around frugality, customer obsession, long-term thinking, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. This philosophy manifested in Amazon's corporate culture, hiring practices, and strategic decisions. Bezos enforced strict frugality within the company, limiting perks, requiring executives to fly coach, and famously building the first Amazon desks out of cheap doors. At the same time, he was willing to make bold investments in the company's long-term future, even at the expense of short-term profits. He also prioritized customer satisfaction above all else, seeing it as the key driver of the flywheel that propelled Amazon's growth. How did Jeff Bezos structure Amazon.com to encourage innovation and rapid decision-making? And what were the key features of its organizational structure? Jeff Bezos, drawing inspiration from successful companies like Microsoft and from books on management theory, created an unconventional organizational structure for Amazon with an emphasis on decentralization and independent decision-making. He believed that minimizing communication between teams would foster creativity and increase the pace of innovation. One of the key elements of this structure was the concept of two pizza teams, small autonomous groups of fewer than 10 people that were tasked with solving Amazon's biggest problems. These teams were expected to be independently set loose on the company's biggest problems, replicating the Darwinian realities of surviving in nature. He also instituted the use of fitness functions, linear equations that each team used to measure its own impact. Bezos believed that these structures would free employees from the constraints of unnecessary communication and bureaucracy and allow them to move faster. How has Amazon's pursuit of its own interests, particularly in its dealings with suppliers and partners, led to conflicts and criticism? In its dealings with suppliers, partners, and competitors, Amazon has demonstrated a ruthless pursuit of its own interests, leveraging its growing market power to exact concessions and favorable financial terms. This approach has led to strained relationships and even legal battles with companies like Toys R Us, Wusthof, and the major book publishers. Amazon's approach toward suppliers has been described as predatory by many, employing a cheetah and gazelle strategy of targeting the most vulnerable firms with aggressive demands. Amazon has consistently sought better terms from suppliers in the form of steeper discounts on bulk purchases, longer periods to pay its bills, and shipping arrangements that leverage its discounts with UPS. It also exploited its control over product visibility and recommendations on the site to pressure suppliers into accepting its demands.